Hello, welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and soon-to-be wife, Karradyne.
Karradyne, blah, blah, blah.
You did it!
No, that was terrible. I didn't get my, what's the word? My Transylvanian accent down.
That's fine. I just wanted to hear you say blah, blah, blah again. But yeah, you did it. And guess what month it is, Karradyne?
It's Spoopy month.
That's right. It's Catholic Rosary Month.
Oh my God. You're terrible.
So when I was a kid, I was in a Catholic school, right? And we didn't celebrate Halloween in the Catholic school. We celebrated what's called as Catholic Rosary Month.
Are you kidding me?
This
is a real thing.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
I thought you were being facetious.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh.
So we would have like church services every single Friday. We would have prayers in the morning. It would be like a whole ward off evil Halloween thing.
No, we want to bring in the evil and embrace it.
Do we?
Wholeheartedly.
I'm scared. This food we ate this week wasn't too nice. It was kind of evil.
We'll get into that later. I guess you could say things were like somewhat similar in the South. I don't know. That sounds really intense, even for somebody who grew up in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, Catholics are the Baptist of the Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Or were.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in good old South Georgia, we had a bunch of fall festivals at church because we can't call it a Halloween party. It's a fall festival.
Oh, God.
Where you just had hay bales and tractor rides, and I don't even know. I remember going trick-or-treating a couple times. Did you get to go trick-or-treating?
Of course I did.
Okay, so you celebrated Halloween at home.
Yeah,
just
at home, just not in
at
school.
That's a bummer.
And that was just during the time where I was still in that Catholic private school. But when we were at home, my dad used to decorate. They used to put up lights, inflatables. And one thing that we did one year, my dad built a flying saucer in the garage out of cardboard.
That's awesome.
This thing was massive.
What?
It was a huge flying saucer that he built so he could put it out on Halloween night only. And it would be kind of like a little skit, I want to say, that we would do for the kids that were coming to ask for candy. Mm-hmm. He somehow found some suits, these plastic suits. They look like NASA suits. Mm-hmm. And he threw one like on the front yard with a deflated body, I'm guessing. And he made like these batons with lights on the tip. Uh-huh. And he did this whole skit. It was him, me, and my cousin. And I would come out and I would tell the kids, like, hey, you got to be quiet because I heard there's an alien around here. And my cousin would come out with this giant alien head, this rubber alien head, and giant rubber alien fingers. And just like, he would act like he would shoot me with his baton. And I would act like I would get hit. And when I would get hit, I would put my hand over my eyes. And when I came back, I had like alien sunglasses on where my eyes looked like alien eyes. And I would shoot him and he would die. And then my dad would come out all dressed like the Grand Poobah alien emperor. And he would kill me. And then he would walk up to the kids, open up this foil-lined suitcase that was filled with candy. And he would give out the candy to the children dressed like an alien.
That is wonderful.
And like this giant spaceship in the middle of the driveway with like a giant disco ball just spinning around with lights. That shit was crazy.
That's so awesome.
It was real cool. Like kids were talking about it for weeks at school. It was fun.
I only remember us having like a big Halloween like that. I don't know. I just now remembered this. I'd completely forgotten about this, and I feel bad about the fact that I forgot about it. But I remember there was one year where my mom threw me a Halloween birthday party, since my birthday is only less than 2 weeks after Halloween.
Yeah.
But I remember she had like the whole living room covered in black tarp, and we did like apple bobbing. I remember I was dressed up as a witch. I remember there being bowls of candy, and one of those was black licorice, and nobody wanted to eat it. And oh gosh, I don't even remember how old I was. My mom's probably going to listen to this and call me and be like, that was your 9th birthday party or something like that. I don't think it was 9. I think it was younger than that. But that was awesome, and I totally forgot about it.
I thought you said you didn't celebrate Halloween, like go trick-or-treating and stuff.
I only remember going trick-or-treating like one time because we lived out in the country, and we lived in the Bible Belt, so everybody's like, oh, Jesus is gonna get us if we go trick-or-treating. Oh, God. So yeah, I only remember going trick-or-treating like one time, because we went into town and went trick-or-treating with one of my little friends from school, whose parents were also crazy religious. So I don't really know how that happened, but
I also remember one of my earliest memories of Halloween. I think I must have been like 4. And I was obsessed with Power Rangers, because that's when they started showing reruns of Power Rangers in Puerto Rico, in Telemundo.
Oh.
And I loved the Blue Ranger for some reason. And my parents got me a Blue Ranger Halloween costume. And I remember they put it like on my closet. It was one of those metal closets with like these breather holes, like these breather slats. And they put like the hanger in between one of the breathers. And the costume was like hanging out. And I remember looking at that costume every single night until Halloween came. And it had this classic Power Rangers logo where it's like all 5 Rangers, and like it says Power Rangers underneath it, and it's just like busts of them just like looking in different directions. And that cost a lot of my cousins wore that costume after I did. Like, I remember I would get a new costume, and then that one would be handed out down to one of my cousins. And then I would get a new costume, and that one and the other one would be handed down to my other cousins. And we would all go trick-or-treating. It would be like me and all my cousins just going down there throughout the neighborhood just to get candy and free shit.
Oh my goodness.
Such fun Halloween memories. I hate the holiday.
Another Halloween tradition that's kind of bled into my adulthood was that we always watched Hocus Pocus.
Oh, God.
Always. I have literally watched Hocus Pocus like 7 times already, and it's only September 29th.
It's not even Halloween yet.
We still got a month and a day to go, and I've already watched it enough to fill an entire week.
Before we started dating, I had never seen that movie before.
It's amazing.
Now that we started dating, I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Still never seen the entire thing.
No, and from what I've seen, I kind of hate it.
It's hilarious.
Where?
The whole damn thing is hilarious. You need to commit to sitting down and watching this thing with me before the end of the month. Everyone, I think you should hold him to this. He needs to watch and review Hocus Pocus by Halloween. I challenge you.
Okay, I guess we could do that.
It's so funny.
Maybe for a future episode, because I think we have something
it might coincide
witchy
with.
and goofy and
yes.
Okay, that could be a good idea.
We're gonna do it.
All right.
We've committed.
So, what other traditions have you been having, or?
Buying Bath and Body Works fall candles with my mom. Although this year she had to buy them for me, because we can't go shopping together.
No. Not because of the Rona.
I'm burning the candles like a crazy person. Our apartment constantly smells like pumpkin apple or sweater weather, and it makes me so happy. Nothing else in this world matters.
At least it doesn't smell like cleaning supplies.
This is true, because this upsets Luna very, very much. Okay, so last time he cleaned the bathroom, I was at work. So I did not get to experience the madness that he said occurred when poor Luna smelled the bleach. But he cleaned it when I was home this time.
And the thing is, she didn't believe me when I said that Luna went crazy whenever I started cleaning.
She lost her shit!
And the way that she lost her shit, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as when I cleaned the shower. Because when I cleaned the shower, I bombed that shit with all the cleaning detergents that we have.
You shouldn't do that.
And our idiot dog goes into the shower and just starts sniffing everything and then just barks her ass off.
It's probably really bad for her.
Yeah.
They're probably going to report us for animal cruelty, letting our dog sniff cleaning products.
We don't do it on purpose.
Oh,
our
God.
dog is just an idiot.
But yeah, we can tell things are getting kind of weird in this month of weirdness and spoopiness and strangeness. I went out to my car the other night because I forgot something. Keep in mind, it's 11 o'clock at night. And one of our crazy ass neighbors is out sweeping the whole damn sidewalk for no reason in the middle of the night.
That's the one with the dog that hates everyone.
She hates everyone so much. She gets so upset if you dare to step out of your car.
But speaking of cleaning, you did some intensive cleaning this weekend.
You say intensive, but I'm still not anywhere near done. I've only tackled 2 closets. That's literally all I've done. You just think it's intense because it's resulted in a lot of shit that needs to go to Goodwill.
You know what I told you when we moved out of the old apartment?
What?
You have too much shit. You got to get rid of some of this shit.
I know. So did your mother, because your mother got to witness how much shit I had when you moved in with me.
Yeah. And thank God you're getting rid of this crap, because Jesus Christ.
I have a problem. I may have some slight hoarding tendencies, not to the point that I belong on a TV show, but oh, I need to hold on to this piece of paper because it has sentimental value. Yeah,
that's weird.
I struggle. I'm trying to get past it.
So while you were cleaning, you want to tell everybody what I was doing?
Weren't you playing video games while I was cleaning?
Yeah.
You asshole.
No. I asked, do you want help?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
And you said, no, stay out of my way because you're going to do things wrong and
That is true.
I'm going to be very unhappy.
That is true. He sets off my OCD when he starts touching things.
Okay, then I'll just sit down and play video games.
And he did. But it's okay.
So
I gave him things to talk about.
I played a lot of the game that we're going to talk about today. But I also played Genshin Impact, which was really, really fun. This is a game that came out, I think, about 2 weeks ago. No, maybe a week ago.
Oh, really?
I really don't care when it came out. The point is it's free. It's basically PlayStation's Breath of the Wild. So it's very open world. It has a really good physics engine where basically everything has weight. Everything can create an action. And it's been so far. It does have some... It's been so far. It's been fun so far.
I was about to say, was that a complete thought? Maybe I just wasn't listening very well.
My stupid ass brain.
It's late.
It's eating words. So it's been fun so far. It has some elements of phone games where...
Phone games?
Yeah. So some phone games have gacha elements where you have to spend in-game currency to unlock characters. But the way that it does it is through chance. So you would spend, let's say, 10 points of something and you would get 10 random draws. From those 10 draws, you could get weapons, characters, or whatever. So this game has that. And even though I don't plan on spending any money on it, it looks like the game can be completed without having to spend money on it.
That's awesome.
So far, I'm really enjoying it. I put it down because I got to play next week's game, which I've never played before. And I'm kind of excited to play it. Karradyne's going to look at it and help me out with it because it's a goofy, scary game.
And he's going to watch Hocus Pocus.
And, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I can't wait to jump back into it and, do it some more. Do you have anything else you want to bring up? Maybe something book-related?
Other than cleaning, I did start to plan out my TBR. For those of you not in the book community, that means to be read. Although some people have started this whole TMR thing to maybe read because we're all really, really bad about sticking to our lists that we've created. We're just commitment phobes, I guess you could say. So 2 books that I definitely want to read this month. One of them is because it was free through the Audible catalog, which is apparently a new thing that is included in your subscription. You get access to tons of free audiobooks. One of them is Alien Isolation.
Why do you say it like that?
That was my xenomorph voice.
Xenomorphs talk?
No. That was my interpretation of what a xenomorph would sound like if it talked. With its baby mouth, not its big mouth.
Why would the baby mouth be deep? Wouldn't it be like screechy and loud?
No, we're not going to analyze that.
It would be like Gilbert Gottfried.
No!
A xenomorph with Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
No. Now I'm going to picture him narrating this audiobook that he did in that one video narrating the 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, that's hot!
He plunged his writhing member. Oh, God.
Gilbert Gottfried should narrate more stuff. It's funny.
That was amazing.
But Alien Isolation, there's a game about that.
Yes, and you're too much of a wimp to play it.
Of course I am. I'm a fucking pussy. But yeah, it follows Amanda Ripley.
Wait, who's Amanda Ripley?
That's the daughter.
Oh.
Ellen's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, and apparently it's really scary. And I don't like scary shit.
I mean, I've heard that it's like one of the most terrifying video games ever made.
Yeah, it is. It's more so to me that it's scary because you don't have any weapons to defend yourself against the xenomorph.
What?
So you got to run and hide, and you can't make any noises. So
that would give me so much anxiety.
Yeah, and apparently there's some of those androids that have gone rogue and are trying to kill Amanda too. So you
like
have
Bilbo.
to fight those.
I always forget that Bilbo was that rogue android in the first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, old Bilbo?
Old Bilbo. He is... His name is escaping me right now and I feel like a trash human. What is his name? Ian Holm. Ian Holm. He is the android in Alien.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And he dies a really nasty death even though he is an android and there's no... It's weird. We need to watch that movie too.
That I'd be down for.
Let's do it. Hocus Pocus and Alien. Deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Just don't make me play Isolation because I will get anxious. That's all
okay.
shit. And is that all that you have to talk about from the books that you wanted to read?
I think I also might try to work in a reread of Wuthering Heights just because I haven't read it in a long time and it's like a dark gothic novel. I have a lot more planned, but I don't want to spoil anything yet.
So keep listening every Friday to A Novel Console on all your favorite podcast hosting sites, streaming devices.
Yes.
Except for Pandora and iHeart.
Because we're still not approved. One day.
Someday. Maybe never, because I keep talking shit about them. They might just not. Yeah. So, I think we're ready to go into our first segment. You know what that segment is, Karradyne?
Book Talk.
All right. So, we're ready for Book Talk. Before Karradyne gets into her book, I know this probably just sounded like the intro song only to Book Talk, but our idiot dog decided to have a fight with nobody.
He's been very on edge tonight for some reason. It's the spoopiness in the air.
Karradyne had to go grab her and bring her back because she was barking at the ghosts that hang out at the door.
Bless her heart.
To the entrance of our apartment. I swear they've been egging her on a lot lately.
They have. The poor baby.
This fucking idiot dog. All right. So you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so this week's books are Wicked Saints and Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. I've managed to once again pick 2 books that are set to turn into a trilogy, but third book is not yet published, just like I did with The Beautiful and The Damned.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
When are you going to read The Thunderhead?
Eventually. Oh, dear. Anyway, so both of these books were published by Wednesday Books, which is an imprint of Macmillan. Wicked Saints published on April 2nd, 2019, and Ruthless Gods published right after shit hit the fan on April 7th, 2020.
Oh, so it's recent.
I mean, yeah, it feels like April was pretty recent because the whole, everything since March has just been like one endless blob of time warpedness. And it feels like it was yesterday.
We've just had 1 month since April.
Seriously?
It's just been one long March.
I saw something online today that called yesterday the 20th Monday of March.
Fuck. It's like time literally stopped.
It is. I mean, it's insane. But yeah, so this poor book published, the second book published at the beginning of the pandemic. Like I said, it is set to be a trilogy. The series is called Something Dark and Holy, and the third book title and cover have already been revealed. It's going to be called Blessed Monsters. I figured they would be good books to talk about for the first week of October because they are incredibly dark and intriguing and full of monsters and creepy things and lots of blood.
So what other books are in this genre that you can tell me about that people might know?
So I feel like the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo is very similar to this. Definitely in terms of the darkness.
The what?
The Grisha trilogy. That's how I've heard everyone else pronounce it. When I read it originally, I was saying Grisha, but then I heard everybody else say Grisha.
What's that?
So they are people who have mastered an element.
So like Avatar.
But in Russia. Yes. Basically. Like medieval Russia.
In Russia.
That might be inaccurate with
you do not bend water. Water bends you.
Oh my god. So yeah, I feel like it's very similar to those books, and they've been around for a hot minute. I think I read them in college, and I think all of them were published at that point.
You're talking about the Grisha?
Yeah, the Grisha books. Okay. Just similar in like that they're both about like struggles for power, good against evil, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Instead of blah blah blah, from now on you should say
blah blah blah. Blah. Such a good movie. We should watch that too. And we can continue to talk about how my cousin's husband looks like the ginger kid.
I didn't want to say that at all.
I don't even know if she listens to this thing. So, and plus, I actually have more than one cousin who can think that we're talking about their husband because I have more than one cousin married to a redhead.
That's right.
Yep. So they're probably both thinking, "Oh, is it me? Is it me?" Watch me get text messages from both of them.
It's actually both of you.
Okay. Anyway, so I actually tried to read the first book, as in Wicked Saints. We're back to Something Dark and Holy, not Grisha.
Okay.
Tried to read the first book like a year ago, maybe longer than that, but it was kind of slow at the beginning and not holding my attention, and I just couldn't get into it, so I DNF'd it, as I am often doing. It's a struggle. But of course, with my luck, my Books to Bestie, Erin, at Reading in Fairyland, is hosting Buddy Reads every month, and these are the 2 books that the majority voted for the month of September.
Also, Erin, that'll be $5 for the plug.
Go follow Erin! Okay, so... I'm sorry. I'm glad I persevered this time through that slow beginning because it was so worth it. I actually kind of already want to reread these because I feel like I didn't soak in everything that I could have, just because I did read it on audio once again. I promise I'm going to review a book that I read physically. Again, I have reviewed some that I read physically, but I feel like I've only reviewed audiobooks here lately.
I mean, it does help for getting these out as quick as we do. We do have a week turnaround. I wish there was a way for me to play games that fast.
And I'm a slow ass reader.
Because the game
struggle.
The game for this week is 30 hours long, and I'm pretty sure I only did like 12. I know I was more than halfway through the game. I'll get into the game later.
I was about to say you played it before, but we'll get into that. So glad I persevered this time. Definitely worth it. There is a lot of blood, and I am very squeamish.
Yeah, I heard that part where they ripped somebody's heart out, and they just kept going
there was like an eyeball
and on about the blood dripping.
No.
I'm laying there playing Fire Emblem. I'm like, okay, I get it. He's bleeding. He lost his heart.
And there's always like blood seeping out of the corner of someone's eye, or blood gushing somewhere. There was a pool of blood. There's lots of slicing and but I did manage to not picture a lot of it, and I think the audio helped. Like, oh, let's just go at 4 times the speed through this part.
I remember you were sitting there and you said I went through 2 hours of audio in 14 minutes.
Yeah, there at the end, I was trying to finish in time for chat, and I was listening to that like a mad woman. I definitely feel like I missed a couple crucial elements, but that's okay. I'm going to reread it. Eventually. So the whole premise of these books is like insanely intriguing. So you've got a cleric, someone who has magic and can openly converse with the gods. A boy who is a vulture.
Like in Spider-Man?
No.
Was it Michael Keaton?
No. Damn it. So, like, he's basically a monster who wants to destroy the gods.
Oh.
And you got a blood mage, who's the dude who loses his eyeball. Yeah, he's a boy. So?
How can a boy destroy gods?
Teenagers can do anything in YA. Come on.
Is it boy?
Maybe it is boy. Does boy become a monster?
No, but he's supposed to be some... I'm not going to talk about it because it's spoiler. The game is too new.
And I'm going to listen to that audiobook, so don't destroy it.
Oh, you're going to love it?
Okay.
You're going to love it so much. We should do that for November.
You're spoiling it already.
Why?
Because you're sharing ahead of time.
We're on spooky month.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, anyway, book. Characters. Strong. Fleshed out. My favorite part was probably that the girl who can talk to the gods ultimately falls in love with the monster whose ultimate goal is to destroy them. Are you intrigued yet? Because that was my biggest selling point.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was super intriguing.
This doesn't have really much going for it.
What?
I mean, she fell in love with what's his name from Boy Meets World? With Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World. He's dark and mysterious.
Oh my god, please. I can't watch that show anymore without cringing. I don't know what
I love that show so
I
much.
loved about it. I don't get it. So, though these books are really, really freaking good, I still did come away from it feeling like the pacing could have been picked up a little bit more in several parts, which, like I said, is why I DNF'd it in the first place. That my feelings on that didn't change that much. I really need a book to make its main point clear to me in the beginning, to keep me reined in. Like, world building is okay, but don't give me 100 pages worth of world building and expect me to stay with nothing else in there. Like,
so you said it was earlier when we were talking before we started recording that it has slow world building and too much world building before the plot. So what's it something like, there's a city. That one building is gray in front of that one street called 5th Street.
That's how
and
I
next
feel.
to it, there was another gray building, and the street next to it was 4th Street.
I'm glad that we started this podcast after I read Crescent City, because I would have gone on a rant after I finished that book, because that's what that fucking book was.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Weren't you waiting for that book for like a long time?
Yes! It was my most anticipated read of 2020. It was 800 pages long, and like the first 300 pages, that's all it is.
God.
I mean, it's slightly more in depth than that, but it is a lot of world building. And I feel like I shouldn't even say world building with these books. It was just, I guess you could say it was, I don't know. It was plot building, but it was weak.
That sucks.
Then we finally got into the thick of it, and it's like, okay, it was worth it. This is fine now. Just took like 100 pages to get there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So before we get the rating, anything else you want to go into about these books?
I mean, I definitely recommend them. If you're squeamish, maybe not. If you are at all, well, no, not at all. If you're like, you know, really religious and don't want to read about gods being killed, maybe don't read it.
Gods being killed. That kind of reminds me of what was the name?
Are you referring to the Golden Compass controversy?
No, not that. It's a comic.
Because the Golden Compass controversy was a huge thing.
The divine plus the damned, the holy and the damned.
I don't know.
It's a comic about gods that are reincarnated every generation into people. And these people are treated like rock stars because they're gods. They have the power of the gods and whatnot. And I think you would really get into it. It's kind of has the same pacing of Saga.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Saga.
But to me, it's way more interesting than Saga. Saga took me a while to get into. It took me like 4 tries to get into it. It was so fucking boring.
I've been into it since the very beginning.
I think I got to the part where the janitor kills the queen, and that's where it really hooked me. But before that, Jesus Christ, that was a slog.
I'm not much further than that, just because I have too many things to read. But I loved it the whole time.
I'm gonna find out the name of that one, and I'm gonna make you read it, because I think you would.
He's gonna make me read it.
I'm probably gonna sit in bed next to you before you go to bed. I'm gonna be like, read The Divine plus the Damned. I think you would really, really like that.
Maybe.
All right, so what would you rate these books?
So, as a whole, I give the first 2 books 4 stars. Still really fucking good, but a little slow. Kind of annoying. But still, like, looking forward to book 3, which is supposedly going to publish in April 2021, which would follow the track one every year that they've been following.
That's not bad. All right, so 4 stars, 4... Oh, can you stop wiggling the mouse, please?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I forgot that it was plugged in over there. Okay, so like I had to hold in a laugh at the very beginning of this episode. I'm just gonna move this mouse away. I'm gonna turn the mouse off. Okay.
Just turn it off, because I have mine plugged over here, and you're just scrolling my list. Now, I thought it was you wiggling the table. But no, I'm like trying to scroll back so that I can say, oh, so yeah, 4 stars for The Wicked Saints and Ruthless God, so we can continue on to games and stuff. But then you start fighting me, and my mouse going all over the place, and I'm fucking clicking on everything.
I had to hold in a laugh at the beginning of the episode because I got set up for work at home this week. Now, I'm not actually working at home yet because there's always some sort of kink that they have to work out, but I have my whole
system.
system.
Boss makes those up.
I have my whole like computer set up on the kitchen table right now, but there are these gigantic monitors, and normally I can just stare at him face to face, and now there are these huge computers in between us, which is really throwing me off.
So we're looking at each other in between the cracks in the monitors or above the monitor.
And I had my wireless mouse connected to my laptop where I had my summary. And but my laptop only has one USB port, so I had to unplug the mouse to plug in my mic, and I plugged the mouse back into the computer so I wouldn't lose the USB. And I totally forgot that the mouse was still turned on, so it would have been operating your cursor. I'm so sorry. Oh, fine. Technology.
It happens.
Yes, wicked saints and ruthless gods. On to the next topic.
All right. So, it's supposed to be spoopy and we're laughing way too much.
It's okay. Spoopy can be fun.
All right, let's get into games and stuff. So for next week, I'm gonna keep saying this fucking shit, aren't I? I said it last week. Let's keep it. For this week's game, not Dick's week's game, we have Resident Evil 4. This game was developed and published by Capcom, released in January 11th, 2005 for the Nintendo GameCube. It later released on a couple of consoles. Most notably, immediately after the GameCube was the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 release was kind of funny because the creator of the game and the director, Shinji Mikami, said once this game came out on GameCube, this game is not coming out on any other platform other than GameCube. If you're going to want to play it, you got to play it on GameCube. And if it comes out on any other console, I'm going to cut my head off.
Didn't it come out on lots of other consoles?
It came out on PS2, Wii, iOS, Windows, Zeebo, PS3, Xbox 360, Android, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
So he's dead now.
He's still alive.
How would you cut your own head off?
This whole game has a whole lot of chainsaws, and basically the death animation for the chainsaw is Leon getting his head cut off. So it's fucking weird. And it's even funnier because iOS has like 5 different versions that they made. So he owes us a head. So the game follows the dashing Leon S. Kennedy, a government agent, as he treks through an European village.
What makes him so dashing?
He has Nick Carter's hair.
What? What?
Yeah,
you know who Nick Carter is?
Of course I do. He's the brother of the druggie that was famous for like 5 minutes. So he has like boy band hair. He has like green eyes. He's funny. He's quippy.
It sounds like you have a man crush.
Everybody has a man crush on Leon S. Kennedy.
I need to see this dude.
Really? You didn't see him?
No, I can't look at that game. It scares me. He warns me every time he's playing it. Look away. Don't look. Don't come in here.
This time I said, hey, Karradyne, look at this. And I shot somebody in the head, hoping for their heads to explode. And it didn't.
It still freaked me out.
But Leon is really cool because every time he does something, he kind of like makes a joke about it. Like he got infected with the virus from this game. And one of the bad guys says something along the lines of, oh, and now you're my brother. And he's like, no thanks, bro.
What?
Yeah, he makes like these stupid ass jokes every once in a while. And at the beginning of the game, the funniest one is he's being taken to the village by 2 police officers. And he says, so why did they send you 2? Are we going to sit around the campfire and sing Kumbaya? And the cops are like, oh, the American has jokes. The American has jokes. Fucking game is fucking crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So you're a government agent trekking through an European village in search of the president's daughter who was kidnapped by a cult called Los Iluminados. Now, usually, instead of basically, you think Resident Evil and you think zombies. Mm-hmm. Well, there are somewhat zombies. Los Iluminados are controlled by a parasite called a plaga, which is rooted into the brain and nervous system, causing these people to become extremely aggressive and prone to torture.
Torture?
Yeah.
Prone to torture?
Yeah, like they torture and mutilate each other using farm equipment.
I don't like the sounds of that.
No, and later on, you go to a military base, and there's a kitchen, right? You're walking through the kitchen out of nowhere, there's this giant incinerator. A zombie runs out of it, caught on fire. Like,
what?
They just put him in there for fun. And like you see all these zombies with like barbed wires wrapped around their heads, burlap sacks wrapped around their necks, It's torture.
Okay.
It's what they like. And it really fucking grinds my gear that they add "the" in front of Los Iluminados every time they talk about them, because "los" is "the."
You got some non-Spanish speakers right there.
So you're talking about the Iluminados? So that's always something that, really grinds my gears. But it's in a European village, but it's Spain. It's a village in Spain.
You need to hire some Spanish proofers.
So the graphics in this game, wow, this game has always looked amazing no matter what console I've played it in. I played it in GameCube, PS2, PS3, PS4, and Switch. And this game is 15 years old, and it's one of the best looking games I've ever played on each one of those consoles. Still. I played a little bit on PS4 for this review, and the game runs at an amazing 60 FPS, frames per second, 180p, 1080p resolution. 180p would look like shit.
Remind me what frames per second means?
Frames per second is how many times the image refreshes in a second. So, when you go to Best Buy and you're looking at a TV and it looks like the person is there,
yes.
Like it feels like you're looking through a window.
Yes.
Those are usually running at 60 FPS or higher. So the lower the resolution is, the not as fluid and crisp as it's going to look.
It never looks like that when you get it home.
Ours does. The one in the living room does when we're watching stuff that's being streamed into it. I mean, Guy Fieri's every single hair.
You can feel the spikes.
Exactly.
Those bleachy spikes.
You can see everything.
That is true.
So I continued my save file on the Switch, which I had started about a year ago, and it also runs almost as good as the PS4 version on handheld mode. Once you dock it, it gets muddy, grainy, and a bit dark, which really doesn't do much to change the experience. But, it's still pretty good. The animations feel a bit stiff and dated. Granted, this game is 15 years old, so this is really something that could be overlooked. You could get over. There is a little bit of a dip in frame rate whenever you reload some of the guns. I'm guessing the animation is too big or too heavy, and it never really got optimized. The sound design in this game is magnificent.
It sounds so scary.
Everything. From the sound of the wildlife, the gun shooting, the bullets hitting the ganados, the heavy breathing of some of the creatures, and the tense-ass music is amazing.
I don't like it.
I've been playing this game in some shape or form for the past 15 years.
He used to play this shit while I was trying to go to sleep when we had our TV in the bedroom.
And this music still makes me tense.
Makes me tense when I'm trying to go to sleep.
I was playing last night, and I got to a part where there's a bunch of people attacking you, and I was like, if only I could just stop the fucking music.
Just mute the TV.
The music's just getting on my nerves, and I just want to shoot these motherfuckers in the face. My favorite sound of the game is the way the ganados speak. They fucking speak Spanish.
But do they speak correct Spanish?
Yes.
Yes?
Somewhat. Some sentences are perfect. Others are weird.
But is it just like Spain Spanish, or somebody who is not a native Spanish speaker who's butchering it?
It's not a native Spanish speaker, but they're not really butchering it.
Okay.
Which is great. There's like a few sentences that are weird. The one that's coming to mind right now is sometimes they scream "ve por él" instead of "ve por él." Mm-hmm. They go like "va por él," which is instead of "go get him," it's more like "go instead of him." Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anywhere near the same thing.
Exactly, but the rest of it, it sounds great. When I first saw this, that shit was bonkers to me. It still is fucking amazing to me. Like, and you tell any gamer, any Latino gamer about this game, and they'll immediately be able to spout one of the one-liners from the Ganados because it is so fucking iconic. The part that really got me when I played this game for the first time is the first Ganado you meet. Leon goes into this house. There's like one of them like poking around in the fire. And he does like a weird turn because Leon's like behind him, and he's kind of like with his left side kind of facing him. Instead of turning to the left, he turns all the way around to the right just to look at Leon. And Leon's like, have you seen this girl? And he says, ¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón. And Leo's like, okay, sorry to bother you. Basically, he says, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker.
I know, cabrón.
And I was like, ooh, he said bad words in Spanish.
Oh my gosh.
It was fucking crazy. I love this game so much. The gameplay in this game is fun as oh fuck. There's horror tension, scary monsters, scarce resources, and I say that with quotations because I killed about 800 zombies already. I'm not even halfway through the game, and where did I get all those fucking bullets if there's scarce resources? There's mobs, and the shooting is very, very satisfying. It pioneered an over-the-shoulder shooting gameplay, and it popularized QuickTime events. They were pretty cool back then. They fucking suck now. You have some... Because you're just playing... You know, you got through something tense. You just sit down. You just want to watch the cutscene. Nope! Press the buttons. Otherwise you die and you have to restart all over again. You have some puzzles mixed in to break the action. But they're more of a nuisance than creative most of the time. As an example, there's a puzzle when you're playing as the president's daughter to get back to Leon. They have, you know, those old puzzle toys that they gave you on birthdays where you have to move pieces around to form an image. Basically, all you have to do is just move the middle one to the side and then just move all the others counterclockwise. And that's it.
Sounds very simple.
It is very stupid. There's another one with Leon where there's a crest that you have to turn to show the Illuminado sign. Mm-hmm. Turn left, turn up, you're done. It is. These puzzles are just stupid. They do nothing but stop you from shooting ganados in the face. A lot of the times you have the president's daughter following you, which turns the game into an escort mission, and that kind of sucks. But after you beat the game the first time, you can unlock a knight's armor for her that stops her from being hurt or kidnapped. Because she's so heavy that when they try to lift her, they can't.
Oh my goodness.
The problem with the game, the whole game feels like it's one of those I hate this fucking part type of game. Most of the entire game. But once you get through it, you know, they really weren't that bad. Protecting Ashley is annoying, but never really made me rage quit. QuickTime events can be frustrating, and they give you short notice. So you have to sit there instead of watching the cutscene. You got to be waiting for the prompt to come up so you can press the button so you don't die. And I've been playing this game for such a long time. It's been almost the entire time it's been out.
That's crazy.
It always throws me off which button to press because I've been playing it on all these crazy new consoles that it always throws me off every time the QuickTime events come up. I was playing it on Switch and every time it came up, I was like, fuck, which one do I press?
Oh, dear.
Praises for this game. The game was groundbreaking. It was a technological marvel that pushed the GameCube to its limit. Which is funny because when they ported the PS2 version, they had to downgrade it, and the cutscenes were pre-rendered, so you could be using a special costume. And whenever a cutscene would come up, Leon would be wearing his regular clothes, even though you just finished doing something with a different costume on. So it would have that bit of a dissonance. It was really weird. And Shinji Mikami still owes us his head. But overall, this game is a fucking masterpiece from days long gone in gaming. I adore everything about this game, even those parts that I really hate. I still love them. Like that fucking stupid statue puzzle in the fucking castle. God, I hate that thing. This game gets 5 stars. I'd give it more if we had any more to give, but we don't have any more stars, so 5 stars. And this game is getting a remake sometime. I really hope they don't fuck it up because this game is perfect as it is.
Hopefully it'll just be better.
It's so fucking good. It's tense. It's the right amount of tense. You know, you get your horror. It's actiony, but it's not too actiony. 15 years later, and goddamn, this game is amazing. Leon is a badass. But Was he always this badass? Was he always like this? What made him so cool? And such an expert fighting monsters and bioweapons? I don't know. Maybe you'll find out in the October 30th episode. All right. You know what that means, Karradyne?
It's time for our favorite segment.
And what is that segment?
Give me the garbage.
All right. That is Give Me the Garbage.
Restaurants because they have new items on their menus. So we went to McDonald's and Taco Bell.
Hell is right. Hell is definitely
My Freudian slip.
Hell,
oh no.
Hell is right.
Where's Dr. Fraser Crane?
So you know how we said we would talk about scary food? Taco Bell is very scary food.
McDonald's is some fucking scary food.
That pink goop is so delicious.
What?
It's what the nuggets are made of.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first we went to McDonald's and tried their new spicy chicken McNuggets with the mighty hot sauce. We wish we could tell you about the mighty hot sauce, but we wouldn't fucking know.
There was nowhere to find this fucking hot sauce. It was almost like the Szechuan shit all over again.
Exactly. Except the first time, I don't know if they just didn't have the decency to tell us that they didn't have it, or if they just, did the stereotypical McDonald's thing and didn't put it in the fucking bag.
It was the McDonald's that doesn't salt their fries. So I'm pretty sure it was just them being stupid and not putting it in. Because they didn't even put barbecue sauce in it or offer any other kind of sauce.
Well, we then decided that we were going to get them again since we didn't get the sauce so that we could properly review them, and at least it's cheap. So I went to this same McDonald's, get to the drive-thru, and they tell me they don't have the sauce. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go elsewhere. So I left. Thankfully, we live near 2 McDonald's establishments. Not that that's really a thing to be thankful for,
like
but
they're both like a mile apart from where we live.
Yeah, there's one on either side, basically.
It really doesn't matter which one we go to.
So I drove all the way to the other freaking McDonald's, getting their long-ass line just for them to tell me that they do not have the sauce either. I said, are you kidding me? I literally drove to this McDonald's because the last one didn't have it. And the girl at the window claims that they have ordered more sauce, but that people have gone crazy over it. Like, I haven't even seen this shit advertised anywhere. Am I just in the dark, or...
We also tried to get the Travis Scott for you to try it, and...
You can only order it online now, which is weird.
Yeah, that's very...
Who mobile orders with McDonald's?
Me? When I don't want to leave the house.
But you do that through DoorDash. You don't mobile order through McDonald's.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, it's not.
Huh.
Granted, I mean, maybe you can choose that as an option through DoorDash, but I thought she was saying to literally order it through the McDonald's app.
Might have been.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about. So these damn nuggets. First off, they taste like fucking Doritos.
They do not.
They are disgusting. I don't even know. So... Like, the only positive thing that I can say about these nuggets is that they do have some real kick. I mean, my mouth was, like, kind of on fire for a couple minutes after I finished eating the few that I ate because I let him eat most of them.
You know what's funny?
What?
I didn't think they were that spicy.
I thought they were spicy as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were perfect amount of fire and flavor.
They were burning me.
So, the thing I liked about these nuggets is that they remind me of the chicken tenders from Burger King back in Puerto Rico.
It's a sad place.
I love those chicken tenders in Puerto Rico. The good thing is that they would have, I think they have like this 20 chicken tender basket for like $4. So I would spend $8.
20 chicken tenders?
Yeah.
20 chicken nuggets.
Tenders.
tenders. You're kidding me.
They're
That's a
about as long
lot
as
of
this
chicken.
they're about as long as this finger.
Are they like chicken fries? Are they the
Kind
skinny
of, but
ones?
fatter.
Oh. 20?
20.
That's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. And they were pretty fucking good because, you know, they have the right amount of spicy and they were pretty good.
And they tasted like Doritos.
They don't taste like
They
Doritos.
taste like Doritos.
Your taste buds are ruined.
Doritos are disgusting.
Now, they do have a little bit of spice and a whole lot of that fake pink meat, that pink goop.
That orange shit.
For some reason, they're orange, like our president.
Like Cheetos.
And I don't get it because there's other places that have orange nuggets. And for some reason, the spicy ones are always the orange one. But you know who else has orange nuggets apart from our president?
Who?
Wendy's.
Wendy's sucks.
These spicy nuggets at Wendy's, they fucking suck. They are nasty. And Wendy's does not suck because you love that spicy burger that they have.
That's
the one with the crispy
only
onions.
thing I liked.
It's a really good burger. We also had the Chips Ahoy McFlurry.
Yeah. I thought it was a little weird because they drowned mine in caramel sauce.
I thought they didn't even put anything in mine. I thought they just gave me ice cream. Turns
gave
out they
me-
didn't blend it.
They never do.
They
They
didn't
never
mix shit.
blend those damn McFlurries.
Why they still give us those fucking spoons? I hate those spoons. They get filled with ice cream inside.
I don't understand. But yeah, normally I wouldn't complain about the caramel sauce, but I don't think the caramel did anything to complement the Chips Ahoy chunks. But this is also coming from a girl who hates Chips Ahoy.
So, like I said, I hate that they didn't mix mine up. So all my caramel and cookies were in the bottom. I thought I didn't get any, but no, they were all down there.
And see, I had tons of caramel, but then there was still tons more at the bottom.
Well, to me, it was amazing that it was all down there because it just gave me melted ice cream, caramel, and chocolate chip cookies, which I thought was fucking delicious. I wish I just had like a giant cup of that. So I guess I'll let it slide.
And he got to finish mine off, so
Yeah.
lucky him.
But going back to the nuggets, I love these nuggets.
I hated them.
I enjoyed these nuggets so much because they bring back memories of going to Burger King to other kids' birthday parties and just eating as many nuggets as I could, going into the slides and shit and just taking the trays and sliding down the slides with the trays.
You are eating the memories, just like your mom does when she comes here and she buys those little...
The ring dings.
The ring dings that she loves. You're eating the memories.
Those are disgusting.
And I think she has admitted that they're really not good, but
She
she
has
wants
said-
to eat the memories.
She says that they're nasty, but she just wants to eat the memories. But I think these nuggets are pretty good. I think overall, these might be the best spicy nuggets that any fast food chain might have.
Okay. If you say so.
The McFlurry was good, but honestly, McDonald's, get on your fucking shit and mix the fucking McFlurries.
And order
Otherwise,
enough sauce.
Give me a fucking regular spoon if you're not gonna do that.
Please. There's no sense in using that stupid giant spoon
That gets
if
filled
you're not
with
gonna
fucking
use
ice
it.
cream. I always hate it because I'm eating and my fingers get covered in ice cream.
Yes, and the caramel will like go down. There's like that little hole on the spoon and it just like goes. Yeah, it drives me nuts.
So my rating for this, let me hear yours first because you have a different rating.
My rating is
Mine is a very solid and hard okay.
It wasn't amazing. Well, I mean, obviously, I didn't think it was amazing. I know you didn't think it was amazing
I didn't think it was amazing, but if I have to go to McDonald's, I'm going to get my Big Mac and I want some nuggets. I'm not going to order the regular nuggets. I'm going to order the spicy nuggets because these nuggets are fucking good. They're pretty delicious.
I must beg to disagree.
Yeah, again, for you guys that are new to the podcast, we have a garbage rating system. Garbage being the top. Okay goes under it. Meh underneath.
Garbage
at the bottom. How many garbages have we given out?
Only one.
Really?
Yes. Twisted Root. Don't go there.
Oh, fuck.
We still might try it in person, but not for a long time. So, like I said earlier, we also went to Taco Bell and had the limited time only Grande stacker box. Now, I do think they have had this item before. I'm pretty sure I can remember having it. But if I am remembering this correctly, it has been a hot minute since it's been on the menu because, you know, Taco Bell loves to give you stuff and then yank it away.
I fucking hate Taco Bell.
I am so mad at Taco Bell. They are literally going to go out of business with the way that they have taken away their entire menu.
Let them go out of business because Taco Bell is fucking disgusting. It's greasy. It's tasteless. And when they have the decent items...
They only do it for like a month and they take it away.
Like the fucking nacho
fries.
And you know what's even more fucked up? I think they have our apartment bugged. Because when we finally decide that we want to eat something at Taco Bell that they have because we enjoy it, as soon as we get there, it's fucking gone.
Every single time.
I hate Taco Bell so much. Fuck Taco Bell.
Oh, dear. So, like I said, we went for the Grande stacker. But I keep wanting to call it the Grande Slammer, and I don't know why. The Grand Slammer.
What?
I don't know. That's why I keep wanting to call it. The Grande Stacker, or as my friend Alan put it so beautifully, it's the giant quesadilla crepe thing. Because they kind of fold it like a crepe.
Alan has such a way with words.
Bless his heart. So yeah, it's most similar to a quesadilla, but it does not have the creamy jalapeno sauce that they put on their quesadillas that I am addicted to. So I ordered mine with the creamy jalapeno added to it, and it was a creamy little boat of crepe happiness.
I don't get why you like that sauce so much.
Oh God, it's so good!
Because you're not really a fan of quesadillas. You
I fucking love quesadillas. They're one of my favorite foods ever.
You're not a fan of jalapenos.
But but I'm okay with jalapeno flavored things or jalapenos that have had the seeds removed. I can deal with the kick. It's if the seed gets anywhere near me, I'm dying.
You would have hated me in high school.
Really?
So, our high school had like a little shopping mall, like half a mile down the street from it. And they had a Burger King, a Church's Chicken, McDonald's, Chinese restaurants. And the Church's Chicken, it's not like the ones here. Our Church's Chickens are amazing. They had jalapenos that you could buy for like $1. Mm-hmm. Or was it $0.25? I think it was $0.25. And sometimes me and the boys, being stupid high schoolers, we would buy a bunch of jalapenos and just start eating jalapenos.
Why?
And they were so good.
What the hell?
We just like...
That's crazy.
Taste. They were really good jalapenos. But yeah, I didn't have my quesadilla with that sauce, so I just wanted to try it the way it was.
The Grande Stacker. Not quesadilla. It's like a quesadilla.
Quesadilla crap thing.
Your Grand Slammer.
The thing, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. We sat down to eat it with the nuggets. And
I ate like 2 nuggets and let him finish the rest.
I couldn't decide between the nuggets or the quesadilla for which one to have the final bite of. And the quesadilla might have inched out just by a tiny bit. I'm pretty sure that if we would have had that kicking sauce, that quesadilla would have been toast.
That quesadilla sauce is the best.
I like how that beef plays with the cheese and whatever sauce is inside of it.
It's like
creamy and Taco Bell's beef is fucking garbage.
But it's good on that thing.
Yeah.
Because it's shredded cheese and the nacho cheese sauce. I think that is what makes the difference.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, this thing came with 2 tacos, which is a very stupid idea of Taco Bell. If you're going to have a fancy item like this, just give us 2 of the fucking fancy item and throw those garbage-ass tacos out in the trash because they are fucking disgusting.
The thing is, Taco Bell knows that their tacos are garbage, which is why they force them on you in all of the combos. Instead of giving you a normal side, it's like, oh, this taco is your side. Aren't you grateful that we basically just gave you another little entree item as your side? No, we don't want the fucking tacos because they're not good.
You know what they do to their employees?
What?
They give them their paycheck and they give them a taco. It's like, we have too many of these things.
Crunchy or soft.
Take it. And when they fire you, they give you your final check and a bag full of the fucking tacos. They're like,
a 12-pack, a party pack.
Just leave and take these tacos with you.
Oh, God.
Those are some fucking nasty ass tacos. Just stop adding them to your good menu items. Just
Luna?
Throw them out if you don't want them.
Luna really likes the lettuce from the tacos, though.
Luna likes anything that's
her
food.
favorite part.
So, what would you rate this thing?
It was okay.
Yeah, I can get behind that. We enjoyed it. And,
not garbage.
It's not garbage. I think Karradyne might like it a bit more than I do.
I do.
Just like I like the nuggets way more than she does. And I think we're going to have it again as long as Taco Bell doesn't fucking take it away from the menu.
Oh, they will. It's just a matter of when.
It's probably going to be Friday. Saturday, because Friday we're going to go get pho.
Because that's our Friday night tradition.
Saturday we're going to be like, what do you want to eat? Want to have Taco Bell? Yeah, sure. Get me one of those things. And you're going to get there and you're going to call me and you're going to be like, hey, they don't have them anymore.
That's how it always goes down. Every time he is game for getting Taco Bell, because I'm always the one who wants it. He's like, yeah, give me this and this and this. I get there and they don't have it anymore. Every single time.
Fuck you, Taco Bell. Fuck you.
You're going to have to go with me from now on, because I think that's what does it. You're not in the car and I have to call you. If you go with me, then we won't jinx it.
God, I hate Taco Bell so much. Fucking fake asses.
Who knew you'd wind up with a woman who loves Taco Bell so much?
Yeah. I would have thought. Now, compared to Taco Bell in Puerto Rico, the Taco Bells here are garbage. They're really horrible.
Well, take me to Puerto Rico and we'll go to Taco Bell.
That's the last thing we're going to eat if we go to Puerto Rico, because there's so much good shit we need to eat over there.
I have to go to Puerto Rico Taco Bell. I have to. You have to do that for me. You've talked it up all this whole time we've been together.
I'm gonna take
for
you to...
3 years. You've talked up Puerto Rican Taco Bell. You gotta take me.
I'm gonna take you to Burger King first.
I hate Burger King.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's so much better.
I hate him.
It's so much
anything
better.
Else in the world.
So that's it for the garbage. So let's go ahead and get into some housekeeping. First off, like we said last week, our Patreon will be going live. It might be by the time you're hearing this, maybe by next week. Remember, we're going to be giving away our favorite game and book of the month. We're going to start with last month's book and game. My game is going to be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for either PlayStation or Xbox, depending on whichever console it is that you own for whoever wins this. And I think, Karradyne, you were going to give away Anxious People, right?
Yes. Not Dune. I wouldn't do that to any of you.
We should give away Dune, the movie.
Oh, yes, the 1984 movie. We'll do that.
And apart from the giveaways, we'll hold polls for books and games to talk about on the show, and we will have 2 episodes a month for Patreon supporters. Those are not going to be episodes like this one. Those will probably just be maybe discussions, going in-depth into a book or in-depth into a game. And that's it for what we're going to have on the Patreon. So that's it for this week's episode. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A Novel Console. You can also find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast. I don't know why I said that so weird.
Wherever. You always have like at least one word that you struggle with.
It's this week's game.
Just please say my name right this time. Please.
I didn't fuck it up at the beginning.
Yeah, you fucked it up at the end last time.
Yeah, last time, not today.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, right. I did fuck it up at the end last time. You can also find the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, except for Pandora and iHeart. Please give us 5 stars and a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Play, because that will really help us out reaching new people to listen to the show. You can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
Subscribe.
I have to keep saying subscribe because that subscribe is going to throw me the fuck off. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com and we will read your email on the show. We promise we won't make fun of you. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. You have any takes you want to talk about? That's fine with us. You want to tell us the sky is blue? Tell us the sky is blue. We're cool with it. Our art was done by Morphic on Instagram. And if you're wondering why Karradyne is squealing like a hyena right now, it's because I've been having a lot of problems getting the housekeeping done. I've been joking. I've been saying stupid shit. I have been all over the place. And Karradyne is fucking wheezing and crying.
I'm okay.
You're ready to say goodbye, Karradyne?
Goodbye, Karradyne.
Goodbye, everyone.